The first thing we'll start with, is the point of the history itself of Kizomba. Okay, and what I'll just do now is I'll have you guys on pointers just what they understand and what they feel about the dance itself. Only Kizomba as much and towards Semba or whatever it is, but be as short as possible.
Can I start?
Yes.
It's from Angola.
That's it. It's over.
That's where the fight started.
That's where it's already started.
Yeah, because people
Can't say that.
out there or Angola.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine. Can you go through just a little history of Kizomba? It's okay, don't worry. You'll be fine. We'll not fight you, don't worry.
Okay, it's from Angola.
I think it's better if we, yeah. Very good.
Okay, I'm not going to talk much about this, but in general, I think most of you all read online and you heard the name for it. I think the name is very important because it's a Kimbundu word, so it's a native language from Angola, from the Bantu tribes. So the original name is from Angola, so just to make that clear. Now, how did it develop in time? That's another thing. Okay, what the Kizomba that we know from Angola, the roots are Semba. The Kizomba or Passada that we know from Cape Verde, the roots are a little bit different. Okay, so there's a lot of history which, at least from my point of view, what I research, I hear like 10 versions all the time. So the good thing that I'm neutral, so I can do my research and anthropology work to find out what is the closest to the truth. But if I say one thing, I know many people will disagree. If I say another group will disagree. So, but the main thing you need to know, as much as we know, the main word is from Angola. The roots of the dance, the biggest influence is from Angola. But for my research, a lot of other Palop countries, especially Cape Verde, influenced it a lot. So we cannot deny that.
Are you talking dance or music?
Both. Okay. No, it's okay. This is the idea. If you disagree, I want to hear for you. So no problem.
You go disagree.
Yeah.
Actually, Kizomba is from Guinea-Bissau, so...
Thank you. Yeah, exactly.
This is too much for me. I'll just give one more person to talk about that. I'll give Hugo Boss. Just I don't know. Yeah, your point of view.
What he said.
No, you're a DJ.
I know, but what he said
Yes.
is the short version of
The short version of. Okay, good. So the thing for me, the thing is in terms of a lot of people when they go to sessions of classes, is that as much as every time we've kept on talking about people understanding the dance itself or Kizomba or what exactly it is, people don't pay attention so much on the history part of it, and I think that's why you have people who either they don't appreciate the dance or they say it's simple or whatever else. And if you know the history, actually it even helps you to be a better dancer as well, because you can dance it the right way, not what is not the right way. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so whatever style it is. Are we good with that? Any person in the audience that has another view of what they know about Kizomba? What do you know about? Yeah.
Okay. For my research, people I speak with, Kizomba is a word. It means party. The dance is Semba. It's a fusion of Semba. So when people say, "Oh, I dance urban kids," I'm like, show me basic urban kids movement. Show me foundation urban kids movement. What is foundation urban kids movement? So we get so caught up in the label that we forget that the movement. That's why I ask, music or dance? Because the genres are different. You go to any Lusophone country, they dance Semba.
No one said urban kids yet, so why are we
Well-
going that direct and talking about Kizomba?
He asked a question. I'm answering the question.
Okay. So
About Kizomba.
so the history. What is the history that you know about Kizomba? We'll get to urban kids.
Well,
Yeah. Yes.
Semba. It's a Semba fusion. Kizomba is a word. It means party.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't understand you actually. Like what you're saying is from where?
The dance
Yeah.
itself is Semba. comes from Lusophone countries.
No,
You go-
Kizomba is not only from Semba, it's a mixture of like Mazara and Kongo and all, so you can't just tell it's
Copa,
from
yes,
Semba,
I agree.
right?
Well, that's why I'm saying that if you look at the 5 or 6 music that comes, Kizomba is a label. Eddie said it's a label. I gave it because people wanted the party music. I gave it the word Kizomba, which means party. It was never meant to be the dance itself. We took the label that he gave it for the music and called it Slowed the Beats Down, and we called it Kizomba. But it's Copa, it's Zouk, it's Cabo Zouk, it's, yes, Chop.
I heard you told the beat go down.
Slowed the Beat Down, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to make the mistakes about the BPM. It's not because the music is down, it's Kizomba. You have really fast Kizomba.
Yeah.
Like Rosa
Wait, I'm gonna-
Maria.
Yeah, thank you.
It's faster than
Simba, yes.
So you remember that, it's really important. It's not because it's really cool, it's Kizomba now. You have really fast Kizomba. Take it with you.
We talked in the class, we had the
Yeah.
same class now last time. I mentioned one thing. I
was
mean,
Semba.
it's not like this, but originally Kizomba was faster than Semba. Semba was much slower, especially from a Semba to the Semba. So the beat changed, but the dance remained the same. But you have to understand these things are, let's say, evolving and changing all the time. But originally it was slow Semba.
And a lot of Simbas are slower than what we think Kizomba
Yeah,
is.
so you have everything now.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you okay with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some.
Yeah? All right. Can you get some, can you ask sorry guys, we just need to do something. Just, it's on there. Okay. Here. Here. You just, yeah. So my point is, okay, as Hugo Boss looks for what exactly he wants to talk about now. The thing is, the next point I wanted to actually get into is there really a very big difference between the dances themselves? So we have, I'll get into the dance as well, and then I'll have someone talk about the history of when exactly the influence of Urban Keys came in as well. Okay, so we have Kizomba, we have Urban Keys, and then we have, of course, fusion as well, which everyone describes it in different ways. Okay, so.
Yes, yes. Wait, you have a slow Simba.
Huh?
You have a slow Simba.
What I mean, the music is not about the speed. It's never
But
about
most Kizomba music got slowed down.
When? This is when Kizomba started.
I'm talking about now, presently. Most people
You
identify.
talk about history, you don't talk about the present, just you start in the back. So Kizomba started this way, never started slow. It started fast. With time, people made different stuff. And they made whatever BPM they want to make. But it's never about the speed of the music. It's never about that.
It's about the
You know what I'm saying?
rhythm.
It's like all of it. Even you go to compa, there's very slow 80 BPM compa. Then you got like 120.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, Zouk is the same thing. You got Zouk Love.
Yeah.
Then you got what Kassav does.
The sound.
So it's not about the big deal.
What?
It's not about the big deal.
It's not about the birthday.
He's not really.
No.
Oh,
So Hugo, what is it about?
the rhythm.
Hugo,
Huh?
what is it about?
Well, the music itself, the instruments, the way they talk. Unless if you want to talk about Semba, for example, Semba has a whole lot more history than Kizomba has. And people that know me know I like fusion and stuff. I don't like the exaggeration of it that's been doing now. It's urban kid stuff, I don't like it, and then I'm never gonna like it. But people need to just show some respect. We're free to do whatever music, whatever dance we want. We can do that. Do your own thing. find your own name. Don't come here, take the history of certain people, create your own and name it. Find another name. You know, sorry, yeah, I'm going out. But it's about the instruments. It's about the it's about the way they even the sing. There's a samba way of singing. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a singer, but there's a way of singing. There's a lot of people that have tried to do samba. You don't see a Cape Verdean doing samba. You don't see an Angolan doing funanal. They just don't touch that.
Or coladera.
No, you don't see it. There's a reason why. There's a reason why certain people that they know everything about music, but they don't touch the other guy's stuff. There's a reason for that. But we come to Europe, everybody feels they have the right to touch everything and change everything. They don't look a bit back, look at Africans. They respect each other. They don't know that. So we should try to do the same.
All right? Okay. Now, understanding the difference of the styles, okay? We'll go to the dances themselves, okay? And now this time, actually, I will just throw someone in, Mr. Albir. He's the sleepy one. It's like dead, he looks dead completely. Just understanding the difference of the styles, basically of what is there. Is there a very big difference between either of them? From Kizomba to Urban Kiss to Kizomba Fusion, is there a big difference between those styles? And how many styles do we have anyways? With whatever you know, with what you know, with what you know. And is there a big difference?
With what I know,
Yes.
we have they're recording the Kizomba.
Yes.
But it's called Kizomba because people, and I did that mistake as well. I
Yeah.
said Kizomba, traditional Kizomba is not traditional, it's Kizomba.
Yeah.
But I call it now to have a good information, Kizomba old school.
Mm-hmm.
So I can explain.
Mm-hmm.
Authentic, yeah.
Authentic.
I do Kizomba fusion.
Yeah.
Because for me it's more about that.
Yeah.
And then modern, the modern keys.
Okay.
That's what I know and I understand.
Okay. And is there a very big difference between all of them that you've mentioned?
I think all of them, they should have the roots, the foundation, the basics.
Right.
Every teacher, even though it's Kizomba fusion, we need to teach first
Yeah.
the basics.
Okay.
After that, we can go in our
Direction.
line. Yes.
Whatever direction you want.
But for example, if I ask a student that is learning, now that's what I explain in class, the big difference. If someone, now for me it's not good to see that if one student that is been learning for 1 year in Lisbon, for example, he goes to France, he doesn't know how to dance Kizomba. And one student that goes 1 year in France and goes to Lisbon to dance, he doesn't know how to dance Kizomba. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think in that part, then we have one of the biggest image. We need to show the student, I'm talking in terms of dance,
Mm-hmm.
to show the basics, then show what we are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and then they are free to decide what they want to do, but knowing the foundation. If they know, for example, one of the I was wrong when I saw first time Laurent Yadelin. You know them? They are the fusion dancers.
That way, at the end, yeah.
And
Yeah,
when I saw them the first time, I was like, oh, it's too much fusion. But then I knew them in Geneva, one festival in Geneva, Latin festival, and they were dancing Zouk love, Semba, Kizomba, everything, and I'm like, in my opinion, I was like, they know what they are doing with their fusion, They know how to dance the basics,
Okay.
and the fundamental, and then they develop their style. I have no complaints about that. But if you start, and I do that, and I say that to the people, if you start doing fusion, like, I love to do fusion, but if you start like that, it's wrong. It's completely wrong. You need to you start with the basics.
Oh, okay.
So, Amir, what are the foundation movements?
Huh?
What are the foundation movements?
Basics.
Which are?
Basic 2, basic 3,
Basic one.
Virgula.
Saída.
Yeah, Saída,
Yeah.
Saída hombre.
Those are the basics.
Yeah.
Kizomba.
Basics.
Yep. Yeah, but most people don't know the basics. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, the thing is, I get the same feeling sometimes when you dance with someone, when you go and dance with someone they've done only urban keys and they learn the steps that way. They will never be really as good in dancing normal kizomba, because every time you're always syncopating a lot of stuff. So the same thing if you get someone from who's learned the foundations very well. It's also when you get them to actually dance, even if the partner they're dancing with dances maybe only urban keys or fusion or anything, apparently they actually get to slow down to actually do kizomba if they really understand the basic dance itself. Am I making sense? No? Am I making sense? Are you getting what I'm saying? So the thing is, most of the people need to, I think, foundations, you get the foundation completely, and then after you go, like what Abi is saying, to the, you go to your line with whatever you're doing, yeah? Do you have any students who have a hard time every time when they go out to dance in other countries? Sophie? Do you have any problem? Like, do you have, like, yeah, so have your students complained anytime when they go to a different country or a different social that people are dancing differently than what you teach them, and they maybe want to try that something else?
I live in Italy. It's very open. But I think anywhere you go, there's a lot of people that will only dance one, or they put traditional or old school or whatever you want to call it, or even semba. Even some professional teachers will leave the dance floor as soon as they hear the music because they're not comfortable in that situation. And all they know is how to dance a completely different way, which is always. And I honestly, I don't mind urban kids or whatever. Do what you want, because I do believe that dance is supposed to evolve completely. But 100%, you can't dance if you don't have a basic. You can't teach if you don't know how to do the basics. And that's something is the fundamentals of dance. If you're gonna learn ballet, you have to learn the start. You don't just start in the middle. If you're gonna learn how to play football, the first thing you learn isn't how to score a goal. It's how to dribble. If you learn to drive a car, you learn how to put it in gear first. It's the same in anything. How can you go forward if you don't do that bit first, right?
Yeah. In urban keys, what came first? Did the music, the dance before, and then the music later? Because there's.
I need to know what is urban keys music.
Yeah. I'll go to my next point. This is fine. Yeah, this is my next point. So my next point, and actually the DJs will help me. The DJs will help me here, and also some of the teachers who teach whatever they teach. It's fine. It's fine. But what influence has music played in the kizomba and urban keys? What influence, in terms of music? Do people know the difference between what is urban keys music and what is kizomba music? What is semba? Is there any difference with all that music?
The music?
Yes.
Yeah, with the music, of course.
So what is urban keys music?
I don't know.
There's a lot of people here that do and teach urban keys. Ask them. Not me, I don't know.
How do we, okay,
There's an urban keys teacher.
can I say something?
I
Yes.
want Jamix should answer that.
Jamix will answer. Jamix.
Yeah.
Aslan, yeah, of course, I will have some people. Let's start with Albir. Let's go.
Wait, why are you raising my hand? Okay. Actually, I don't know.
Mm.
And people, they say, well, it's a
Urban keys.
Well, people they start saying that I do urban kids, for example. But no. Not because I started with Kizomba Fusion. But as Sophie said, I think we dancers, we need also to evolve. We cannot, and every time I say everyone, for me, the big example is Madonna. We need to be like Madonna.
She evolved 1,000 times.
And we need, for me, we need to do that. But as Hugo said, we need to have the things in a clear way. I cannot speak about that. Tini, please help me.
I have. For me, what's confusing is that I think there are so few teachers that dance traditional now, right? That it's actually, they don't do any kind of influence from any other dance. So does that mean we all dance urban or fusion? Sorry, it's a question. Like, I don't get where the limit is of, okay, this isn't Kizomba anymore, this is urban kids. In which case, I've always danced urban kids because.
So, okay, you see that more geographically, because I know most of us have traveled. My experience, you get to Lisbon, you dance more old school, traditional, whatever you want to call it. Cape Verde, Basada, not really Kizomba. It's more Basada movement. As I come Asia, it becomes very much urban. From Warsaw, this direction, a lot of it becomes urban. And I'm like, wait a minute, you guys missed something. As we talked today, the class, you missed the foundation part of it. Because I don't believe Urban Kids has a foundation. That's why I asked, what are the foundation movements of Urban Kids? So when we talk about the dance evolving, I see people who may be fortunate to attend a workshop and they bring it back to areas where people as a group may not be able to attend workshops, and they look at YouTube videos and say, oh, this is Kizomba, and it's really Urban Kids or fusion movement. So my question to you is, do you see it as geographical, as I see it? Because we see traditional Lisbon, changes when we get to France, we go to England, we see more traditional. But then as we start coming east or west, depending on your point of reference, you start seeing more urban influence, more urban.
I think honestly it depends on whatever teachers are there.
That's true.
You can't say, oh, it's geographical. In Cape Verde, it's whatever, it's traditional. Okay, obviously. Because they don't have any influence from well, not a lot of influence from outside.
Because you see, like, I'll just use an example now. When every person books, like there's some people in Europe, they specify a lot of things. In Europe, if you have to be a teacher or you do anything, everyone knows you because of what you do. And they only know you because of only that thing. They will never call you up and put you in a room where you have to play this kind of different music. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? So if Shad is booked, sometimes yes, you have to play versatility, yes? Yeah, are you versatile? Yeah?
Versatility.
Okay, versatility. Okay.
The British accent.
Yeah. In music. The same thing with Hugo Boss. Hugo Boss, most of the time when you hear him play, of course he plays Kizomba. But again, everyone when they bring him to an event, even if it's they would say this is an Urban Kids festival, and that's what they play most. They'll say, oh, Hugo, you're playing Kizomba, and that's your role. And now, if you're starting to talk about Kizomba as well, now other people get really lost. They say, oh, you start saying the traditional things, which now, at that point, when you say this is a Kizomba room, when you go to that room, what you expect to actually listen in that room is like Matias Damasio or some such things. And sometimes even they even specify it a little. they go further to specify completely, which is Kizomba Traditional, and they'll put another room which is Urban Kids room. Now in the Urban Kids room, you cannot even play so much difference of other things. You cannot play songs from like Grace Evora or Matthias, or these particular songs you play in that room and the particular songs you play in the other room. Am I making sense? Because of this specifying of all the styles as well of music and as well for dance as well. Yeah. I want to get to something.
Hey, I'm still waiting on my answer.
So much.
What is Urban Kids music? J-Mix, what's up?
Aslan, what is Urban Kids music?
He's pushing on J-Mix.
J-Mix, I'm getting to him.
I need someone.
I'll get to you. What is Urban Kids music?
For me, Urban Kids is more a character and self-expression. I don't think it came from a set of rules. No one came and said, oh, from this BPM to this BPM, a certain percentage has to be electronic. I think it came from the fact that the traditional vibe didn't really meld with the people that it was being spread to. Because when people dance, they want to express themselves. And if I didn't...
Sorry. No, carry on.
Because Kizomba came from a time in people and culture, right? Dance comes from, whether it's hip hop, krump, ballet, it's a product of its culture at the time. So when you put that culture to me, I'm not, it's a slave dance. I'm not a slave. I don't feel that pain. I feel maybe cool, or I feel sexy. So that's how I want to dance. And I think Albert used the term old school, which I think is really relevant. Like, old school hip hop is nothing like hip hop today, because old school was born in the ghetto. Hip hop now is danced by millionaires. So of course they dance a different vibe, but it's still hip hop. This may be urban hip hop and traditional hip hop. So when you say urban, it's not really about, oh, this is the rules. It's more about people feeling cool instead of, instead of something traditional, a bit, something a little bit more solid, something with a lot more history, something with a lot more validity to it. So I think Urban Kids is more a spirit rather than breaking down, no, this is this. Because art is about how you feel. It's not about mathematics. Like you guys say, it's not a BPM thing. If you take 10 DJs and give them 10 songs, they're not going to agree on which is which genre, correct? I don't think it's a right or wrong thing. Oh, this is Kabbalah. No, this is Zouk. No, even the best artists and DJs don't agree with what music fits with what. So to answer you directly, Urban Kids to me is about attitude. If you want to dance urban, sometimes there's a traditional song and I feel like I want to be cool. So I do some cool moves. I feel people hate me, like, oh, he did an Ina move, like, what an asshole. And sometimes also there's sometimes there's an urban track, and I feel like I want to dance traditional. And again, people might want to hate me, but I feel like, man, dance for yourself. I think the people who invented these dances will not be as hateful as we are today. I think back in the day, people were like, hey, I like what you do. I don't think they went right, wrong. It's like, hey, there's this guy from another country. I like the way he moves. Let me bring it back to my place. The idea that everyone should be dancing the same way in every country is crazy to me. Like, I don't go to Italy to eat McDonald's. I go to taste what's different. If you go to another country and you say, hey, you don't dance like my people, then go. You know what I'm going to say. You know what I mean?
I understand that, and I agree with you. It's about the feeling and stuff. But you're talking about music here. You say it's about what you feel, but you need to dance to something. I make a track. You now feel Urban Kids. You're going to dance to my kids on the track, Urban Kids, and you call it. You and everybody else goes. This is my understanding of Urban Kids. There's a song that people like, strong beats, instrumentals. They go and say, this is Urban Kids. Then I ask, who made the music? I did. So why are you calling my music? Why are you naming my music? I made that song, but you are now calling it Urban Kids. That's just wrong. So I now listen to Michael Jackson and decide to say it's Kizomba because I want it to be Kizomba. No, it's pop or soul, whatever it is. Ask him. So they make the music. People in Urban Kids, I understand what they like, the type of music that they like. But that is not Urban Kids music. I need somebody to tell me what is Urban Kids music. Somebody needs to stop making music. Because they grab my beats or her beats, put a Rihanna on top of it, or it becomes Urban Kids. No, man.
But that's the thing. Why do we need to label it? Like I said, I'll dance this style to that song. I don't call it Urban Kids music. I don't walk in and go, this is too traditional for me. I've never said that. But for me, I dance how I feel. If I don't like the music, there's traditional songs I really don't like. There's urban songs I really don't like. Michael Jackson is pop. but I might prefer Justin Bieber. I can feel the hate already.
I'll believe you.
One thing you go goes, I understand you goes very much on one thing, in one particular thing. I believe it's about time for us, the instructors, to stop labeling the music into a dance thing.
Here, in the scale of the whole world, there's 3 people here.
We need to stop doing this, even the DJs as well. We need to stop like labeling
start
people
now.
music.
Okay.
You see, in names.
You stop labeling music, and then I come, and I want to play some music. I choose whatever music it is. You like it's on the place. And people come to me and say, when are you going to stop playing this music?